everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we are playing with Yves Saint Laurent, the two new clutches that have come out. This one is Tuxedo, and here is the color story. I think this is the one we're going to play with today, but we'll make a decision in a minute. And then the other one, which I never pronounce right, Saraine. That's not correct. Now, one of the shades is a little bit broken, so I'm going to be very careful with it when I hold it up. I've got some new MAC lipsticks that I picked up at the Nordstrom sale that I'm going to show you, and I have a sneak peek of something that's coming out for the holidays. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everybody! So as I said in my intro, today we're going to be playing with the new Yves Saint Laurent palettes. Now, I have all of the palettes that have come out since last year. I don't know if there are other palettes. There definitely could be, the Couture clutches. I thought that they started to get introduced last year, but that could be totally wrong. It could be that these have been going on for years and I just somehow missed them. So I have the pink one, which was like the spring one, which I really like. It's got a really pretty, colorful color story in it. That one there. I have the Marrakesh, which is really nice. Really, really good color story in the Marrakesh. I have the holiday one from last year. This is the Dress Me Wild. This one's good too. They're all good, actually. I gotta say, I really like these Couture clutches. I'm not a big fan of Yves Saint Laurent eyeshadows in general, but these are good. And then the other one is Paris. Also has the black case. I actually really like this one. Paris is actually my favorite one. The golds in here are really beautiful, and I just think they make a tremendous look. So those are the ones that I have. I believe, again, I think they started coming out last year. I think it's a newer thing. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I do really like the formulas in them. I've been impressed with every clutch that has come out. Really, really like them. On my face today, I have on the Christian Dior Prestige Cushion Foundation. This is the Cushion de Rose foundation. It's in 012. I love this foundation. It doesn't seem to really exist, and frankly, it came in like 2 colors. Not that few, but didn't come in a lot of colors. And so I really like this foundation. If I could get a refill for it, I think I bought it at Harrods or Selfridges, I'm not sure. I'd actually get more because the cushion's almost gone. But I really like the finish it gives me. It's a beautiful look. I don't know if it was a exclusive for a different country, and it didn't come here to the US as far as I'm aware, but it's a great foundation. There's a new Dior foundation, the Capture foundation, which I am interested in trying. Again, I've heard that the shades are a little limited, so we'll see. I'm not sure about that. So today, I think I kind of want to use the Tuxedo because it is more my color story. But then the Saraine or whatever it is also looks really nice, and I could do like a, you know what, I'll use the whatever it is. This one, I can't. Like I said, it's a little bit broken, so I want to be careful. Both of these are going to be in my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I bought extras, so there will be one of each in the giveaway. So I will do a look with both of these, and I'll swatch them so you can see. Today I will do, like I said, I think it's the Saraine. I'm not absolutely sure. I don't know. So I have Laura Mercier blush today in Fresco because I just don't use it very often. And the MAC set that came in the Nordstrom sale, I believe this is sold out at this point. So, but if you, I think you can still get the shades. These are the Lip Kit Deep, that's what it was called. And there's the Prep and Prime, Lip Base, Lip Glass, and Lipstick. Love Me Lipstick. And the lip glass, let me pull it out. And I bought this completely because of Jen at Just Go Firefly. She really liked it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't worn MAC in forever, so I used to be a huge MAC person. The shades look really nice. We've got let's see here. City of Angels, a Love Me lipstick. The packaging is, I do like the packaging. And the lip gloss, which used to be a favorite of mine, is You Had Me at Halo, or Halo. And it has the same design on the cap. You Had Me at Halo. Cute, cute. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. I will pull my hair back so that it's easier for you guys to see the look. I'm gonna use the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat high color brightening pen / concealer. I don't often use these types of products. I should. I am not in any way saying that I don't need them. I'm saying that I don't often use them, which is a different statement. It really has to do with the fact that I don't have like under eye circles or anything. I don't have a lot of like green or blue or you know, dark circles or anything like that under my eyes. So since I can get away with most of the time not putting something on, I do. But it does look better when I use something like this, and the Yves Saint Laurent one is actually one of my favorites. I really do love the product. I think it works extremely well. Again, this is the high cover, sorry, I think I said high color before. High cover radiant concealer. This one has more concealment. The original Yves Saint Laurent had just like a brightening pen. This one actually does have concealment. It does like cover, and then it has some brightening to it. This is one of my favorites, and I don't know, is there a shade? There's probably a shade. I don't see a shade on here though. I'll find out. If there was a shade number, then I'll put it down below. And if there is a shade number, it's probably the lightest one. Know what I mean? But anyway, I do really like that product. I think it's excellent. All right, so before I swatch this palette, I do want to show you a sneak peek. So I have some sneak peeks. I have some holiday stuff that I won't be doing full demos on for a while because they don't come out for some time, and that's just the way it is. But I showed you the Tom Ford Naked Pink. I have another Tom Ford soon. I do have a Chanel one. I do have some Charlotte Tilbury. And then I also have, that is the holiday Yves Saint Laurent clutch. So what I will tell you is that the shades, if you like pinky shades, if you like, it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. That's all I get for now. Hey, at least I'm telling you I have them so that I can, if you have questions, DM me. Okay, so let's go ahead with the blush. This is the Laura Mercier blush in Fresco, one of my favorite blushes actually, using the KZ04 Chikoto brush. This blush definitely has shimmer to it, so I am not doing a highlighter today. I do have bronzer on and a little bit of contour. It's the Wayne Goss palette. It's in the lightest shade that he did. It's a really good palette for me for contour and highlight. I mean contour and bronze. Works really well on my skin tone. Love that palette actually. I have not picked up the Wayne Goss Pink Pearl. Pink Pearl? I don't remember what the name is. I have not picked it up. If you guys are interested in having me get that one, let me know, because I will pick it up and test it out for you. It's not that I don't like Wayne Goss. I love Wayne Goss products, but I have been buying so much lately that I'm just trying to make cutoffs where I can. So, you know, let me know if you're interested in it. I also did pick up the Natasha Denona Mini Xenon palette. We'll see what happens. I was about to say I don't expect good things. That's not true. we'll see what happens. But it's more of a, I want to test it with some other gray, black, silver palettes that I have, and just, I can show you what, you know, what the differences are. I have seen reviews. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe it'll be better than I think. All right, so this is the Saraine. I don't know how it's exactly pronounced. And like I said, I have to be careful with it because this shade right here broke when it was being shipped. So I just want to be really, really careful and not have it. I pressed it back in and it should be fine, but you know, don't fall out while we're doing this. So let's go ahead and swatch. I'm going to start with the shades over here. And we'll do double swatch. So this looks to me like a matte. It has a little bit of satin to it, actually. This one is like a pumpkin-y orange. That definitely has more satin. You can feel it in the pan. Then we have this like cranberry shade. Those of you who have watched me before know I'm not a big fan of the cranberry shades. But, you know. For the fall, makes sense for the fall. Got this really, now this gold shade. This shade seems smoother, yeah, than the others. No need to go back in on that one. That's the creamiest of them so far. All right, we've got this pinky shade. It's a little more crumbly, but I mean, it's smooth. It's kind of more like the formula of this one. And then we've got like a burnt. Has like, kind of like glitter to it almost. Yeah, I'd say glitter. There's glitter in that one. Just a little bit. Okay. This one's a little creamier. It's more like a matte. It's almost got like a lavender shade to it. It's pigmented. This one is definitely creamy, but again, it's more of like that satin shade, satin formula. And I've got this like ochre color, which I'm gonna put over here, which kind of was in the Dior Early Bird. So if you're looking for like a better ochre, this one definitely swatches better than the one in the Early Bird, gotta tell you that. And the last one is the one that is broken, which I think is like a opalescent shade. Yeah, it is. And those are all the shades. So it's a pretty palette, definitely is fall vibes. This shade, of course, is my favorite. This is probably my second favorite. This ochre shade I'll try to incorporate just because I gave a lot of guff to the ochre shade in the Dior palette. Guys, it's not because I don't, I mean the shade is not right for my skin tone. I have nothing wrong with the shade though. Like I'm not against those shades. If they're done well, I will give them their due and say they're done well. They might not look good on me, but you know, I'll say they're good. But that one, at least the one in the palette that I got, it wasn't good. It didn't swatch well. Okay, so I'm just looking at this, trying to figure out kind of what I want to do. There's distinct, I mean, like these are more pinky shades. You can definitely use these on your face. Like this one is, you can definitely use as a blush. for me, for my color story. This one you could use a blush. This you could use as a blush. You could use this as a highlighter. In fact, I'll use a little bit of it as a highlighter, and then I'll use it on my eye too. But let's use the KZ03, and we'll just dip into that a little bit and use a little bit of it as a highlight. I found these palettes to be pretty versatile. Like, you can use the different things in here for highlight, face products, you know. Yeah, that's nice. Has a slight opalescence to it. All right, so let's try to create something fall-ish. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be hard, given this color story. Maybe use this in the transition, incorporate these shades. We'll build it out. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use all the shades, guys. I try to use like a lot of the shades when I do these looks, but sometimes it's just, for me anyway, 10 shades on my eyes is like just too much. But I did use one shade on my face, and then like that pinkier shade, that lavender shade, you could definitely use as a blush, no question. You know what? Actually, let's use the ochre shade all over the eye and see what it does. Like, let's lay it down as like a base, right? Let's try it. Why not? After I disk that shade, let's use the number 18, Wayne Goss 18. These are very powdery in general. There's a couple of these that are creamy, but for the most part, the formula is powdery. Yeah, so this shade does not look good on me. I don't look good in like ochre, like brown, yellow, mustardy shades. My coloring just doesn't lend itself to it. However, this goes on so much better than the one that's in that Early Bird palette. And so I have to say, although I don't love the shade, the formula is a million times better than the one in that quint. And you know, I have seen people use it and it looked great. They do have different coloring than me. That's the first thing. But I'd also say, I think there's some discrepancies in the inconsistencies, I should say. I think there's some inconsistencies in formula, because mine just doesn't even, like, I can't even get it on my eye. So it's not, I mean, yes, the shade isn't right for me, but it's not even that. It won't, I can't get pigment. So I think there may be some palettes that are not, I don't know, as smooth maybe, because the rest of the shades in there in the Early Bird work great. So it's just that shade, which is interesting. But you know, who knows? Who knows what the reasoning is? Yeah, like I said, this is not a shade that I'm drawn to or I think looks particularly good on me, but you can see how well the pigment's there. Definitely has a fall vibe to it. And because things do go cooler on me, I don't actually think it's that bad. I think it's, again, it's not really my shade, but it doesn't go that yellow on me. So I think it works. All right, so then we'll take the brown satin shade. We're gonna use the same brush, because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of intensify this outer corner by like just lightly pushing this into the outer corner of the eye. I'm just kind of like pressing the brush in. Oh, this is actually nice. Now that see, that's what happens when you was mean to a shade. Yeah, it does absolutely give autumnal vibes, this palette. And if you're playing with the ochre shade and like this brown shade, you're gonna get, like, those two shades alone are just a very, you know, traditionally autumn kind of thing, theme. I mean, autumn, 03 Wayne Goss brush. It doesn't mean that, you know, those are the only shades you can wear in autumn, obviously. But there's a lot of, you know, yellow, browns, pumpkins. That's just, at least here in the US, those are traditional autumn colors. And I like those shades very much. I'm not always able to pull them off, like, especially like real oranges and stuff because of my skin tone and because of my hair, but doesn't mean I don't like them. Okay, so that's the look so far. You can see, like, you could even do that. You could just keep it that simple. It's a really pretty look. Okay, so let's take the like burnt orangey kind of shade. I'm going to use a Chikuhodo. This is an F07 brush. This one is the one that had a little bit of like sparkle to it. We'll layer that in, like just kind of bring it in, not quite halfway onto the eye and up. We'll blend it out in a second. And I'm not bringing this in. I'm just like kind of pulling it up to the crease of the eye. And then we'll do the same thing with that more pumpkin-y shade, kind of more in the middle here. And then we'll bring that into the crease. Kind of a gradation a little bit. And the orangey pumpkin-y shade has more of a satin kind of look to it. Yeah, these shades are really pretty. They're very autumn to me, and they're blending really well. I'm just going back and forth, a little above the crease, just, you know, working that in. Let's take the opalescent shade that I used as a highlighter. Use that as a inner corner. I might go back over it at the end, but I just want to see how that works as, yeah, definitely very opalescent, very pretty. We'll take that like light satiny shade, it's almost like a cream shade, put it up into the brow, lighten that up a little. Okay. Blend that out a little bit. Yeah, these palettes, when I first picked them up, which would have been the Paris and the Marrakesh last year, and I'll make sure throughout the video, these other palettes and their videos, you know, I posted, they surprised me because I am not a huge Yves Saint Laurent eyeshadow fan. But every time I use their palettes, these clutch palettes, I'm always impressed. I'm always like, oh yeah, these are really good. So I have to say, I haven't been disappointed with one of them. The formulas are excellent. They blend really well. They're not great swatchers. It's interesting. You can see though that they're pigmented because I did wipe these off, but you know, they're not great swatchers. Like they don't swatch great on the hand, but they do create a beautiful look and they look great on the eye, which is the important thing. I couldn't tell you why they don't swatch well. Maybe because they're a little bit more, most of them are more powdery. This gold I'm about to put on my eye, this one is creamy, but the rest are definitely more powdery. So before I put on the gold shade to kind of amp up the look, I just want you to see this is a really pretty autumnal look. I absolutely think you could leave it like this, or you could do the like 2 or 3 shades that I had like early on in the look. Really simple look, but really beautiful. The shades in here are really good for the fall. I mean, I really like this, and I'm definitely going to be using this more. I think this is, if you're looking for like a pumpkin spice latte kind of thing going on, this is awesome. So I'm going to take the gold with my finger and just, because I can't help myself, a little bit of fallout with the gold. Not a lot, but the gold is very creamy, very, very creamy. and just a beautiful gold. I'm going to take a little bit of the brown satin that we used early on in the look, and I'm going to take that with an Hourglass number 6 brush and just kind of intensify a little bit. Yeah, that's really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. Let me clean up the eye area just a little bit, and then we'll use, I'll use like the reddish shade, which we didn't use on the lower lash line. There was very little fallout with this palette. Although these are powdery, I didn't get a lot of fallout. I will say that I went in carefully because I've used these palettes before. Not this one, obviously, but these this formula, it's pretty similar to the others. And I know that it can be, you can have fallout with it because it is powdery, so I make sure I tap off my brush. So this is like the reddish shade, like that cranberry shade that we didn't use. And I'll go back over the edges of it with that brown, that satiny brown. It's very pretty. Now I used 1, 2, 3, 4. I've used every shade in here but 2. So I used 8 shades on my eyes. It's not terrible. The 2 shades that I didn't use are these 2. This one, which is like that light lavender, and this one, which has kind of like, obviously I swatched it for you before, but it has this really pretty shimmery cranberry shade. I think it's a very nice shade. I could try to pull it. I don't know if it's going to show up with all the other shades on, but let me put it on the outer corner of the eye a little bit, just to kind of tie it in to the satin cranberry shade that we put on the lower line, lash line. So now I used every shade but the lavender shade. And you know what? Because I'm like this, it's probably my OCD. I'm going to take a little bit of that lavender. There, now I've used every shade. Okay, let me curl my lashes, put on mascara, and then we'll try out the lips. Mascara is on, and I have to say, I really love this look. It is very autumnal. It's got that sort of pumpkin-y, you know, gold, reddish look to it, but I love it. It's probably not something I'm going to wear in the summer, although I mean, why not? It actually, it could certainly lend itself to a summer vibe, but to me, it definitely has more of that fall look to it. The color story is familiar. We've all seen these gold, brown, you know, magenta, cranberry kind of things going on for quite some time, but I think they did a really good job with it. It's very, very pretty. I have every single shade on my face, all 10. And again, that is the color story. So the way that we did this today is we took this ochre shade and put it all over the eye. We used the brown satin to deepen that up, and I think that looked really nice just the way it was. We used this shade, this opalescent shade, as a highlighter on the cheeks and as an inner corner highlight. We used this shade, this like creamy shade, in the brow area. Then I used these 2 shades as like gradients. So I used this one on the outer corner and then this one a little bit further in to sort of deepen up the look. And then I used this shade on the lower lash line, this shade in the outer corner, this shade as a pop on the cheek, and then this gold is what is all over the eyelid. Well, not really all over the eyelid. It's more on the inner half of the eyelid. If you have blue eyes, this type of color story is definitely going to make the blue look more intense. It's one of the reasons I like golds and coppers and shades like that, because it does intensify a blue eye. Blue and orange are contrary to one another, but complementary. So they look, in my opinion, really good together. So yeah, I really like this look. I think it's beautiful. I really like this palette. I'm surprised at how much I like this palette, because I really was leaning towards the tuxedo, but this looks really good. So for the lipsticks, let's go ahead and try the MAC products, the City of Angels. That's the shade. Let's go ahead and put it on. That is a beautiful shade. I would say it's a little cool for the eye look, but not bad. It has more of a plummy kind of look to it. Again, that's on me though. Things tend to go cooler because on my hand, it's a little bit warmer, I think, than it is on my face. Not that that's, you know, necessarily a bad thing, but I think you can see on my lips, it goes a little bit more plum, but I really like the shade. I think it's beautiful. So thanks, Jen. I appreciate you recommending it. And then the lip gloss, you had me at Halo. Let's put that over it. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous combination. The lip gloss has a little more warmth to it than the lipstick. I think that lip gloss over like the chocolate liner from Sicily would be awesome. But I also think this looks very, very nice. It is a little bit cooler, like I said, than the eye look, but I mean, that's okay. Overall, I think this looks really nice. Love the shades in here. I think the formula is excellent. It blends really well. If you're on the fence about Yves Saint Laurent, I would say pick up one of the clutches. Some of the old ones are still available. The Paris and the Marrakesh are now available at Nordstrom. They came out last year and I did videos on them. I'll make sure, like I said, they were linked somewhere in the video today. But I believe they just showed up at Nordstrom. So if you're interested in the Paris or the Marrakesh, check out those videos and see what you think of those color stories. They're both beautiful. They're really good. And the formula is excellent in these clutches. The other Yves Saint Laurent palettes were hit or miss for me throughout the year. So there were some that were really good and I enjoyed, and there was others that I was like, it's not really worth it. But the clutches have all been excellent. So I'll do a video with tuxedo as well, where I'll probably just do like, you know, an eye look and keep this lip or something like that so you guys can see it. But I really like this. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, Yves Saint Laurent's doing a great job. And this MAC lip and lip gloss, like I said, I think it's sold out. The set is sold out at Nordstrom, but the shades are beautiful. So I will link the shades down below if they are available, and I'll link the set if it's still available, but I'm pretty sure that one did sell out. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.